Hi, and welcome to Fabric Bias. It is Thursday, December 28th, 2023, and joining us today is my cat, because if I don't, he's going to be really loud right now. So this is a project I finished at 2 o'clock this morning only because I made a really, I'm going to say silly mistake on it. I am sewing these boxes for one of the cube bookshelves that I have. And I just assumed it was 12 by 12. Oh, that's the cat, sorry. Assumed it was 12 by 12, and I knew I shouldn't have done that. And so I got most of the way through this. I'm using the T method. So I had my exterior teed out, my interior teed out into the T, and then I started to build up the sides, and I'm looking at it going, it's huge. It's just huge. And of course I had just done a 4 by 4 box, so it was gonna look huge. I was looking at the space and looking at it, and I'm like, So I went and measured it. Oh, sorry, that's my cat. I went and measured it, and it was, turns out the exterior is 12 by 12. The interior space is 11 by 11. So I had to go back and readjust everything and pretty much restitch everything. I could have ditched out of it. I was like, oh, I'll just sew it 12 by 12 and use it for something else. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So anyway, I had to go back and do my side seams. So part of the reason it looks so blousy is that, and the other part of the reason it looks so blousy in there is because I'm using Naked Flex Foam on the inside, and yeah, it kind of is squishing down a little bit, and it's only stitched to the outside, so the outside actually looks a lot better than the inside. It's kind of just sagging a little bit on the inside, and so it's really blousy in there. So the reason this is my first prototype of a few is because my first thing I wanted to figure out was how to put a window in here without having to use bias tape, and what method I would use. And so there were two options that I thought about. One was sewing it in before, which is what I ended up doing, and one was sewing it in after. And the reason I chose before was because if you sew your whole box together and then start cutting into it, and this is the hardest piece of the sewing of the project, is you could mess up your project at that point and then lose the whole project. Whereas if you did it before, well, cut out two more pieces of fabric and put it together. So, and it worked out really great. You use kind of the same method, for those of you that are familiar, is if you're sewing together two zipper pouches. My cat's biting me on my elbow right now. He wants my attention. So there it is. It is reversible. So you'll see I did put a handle on the front, and there's a handle here, and it can be completely flipped around in this stage of the design process. It can be made reversible as well. Of course, I'm not doing a good job flipping it, but that, you can see, that was because I made that mistake sewing it on that. So there it is, reversed, and you can see the inside is not so blousy because it's sewn to the flex foam, I think. That's what I'm calling it. But there we go. Or it could just be because it's darker, but it's not. It's really not as blousy on that. So there it is. And my next goal is to figure out how to sew this without using interfacing, but to be able to insert like something. My cat's distracting me. To be able to insert something inside so that it can be removed and then washed on that. So that's my next step on this. This is successful. I like it. This not so much, but I still like it and I can use it. So that's okay. So thanks for watching. I hope that wherever and whenever you're at, you're having a great time. And bye for now.